taking a break from recording lots of interviews at the Cairo International Film Festival for Fred Film Radio, and as I did yesterday, I decided to just shoot a short video of whatever comes to my mind. And I recorded the last video I recorded was about the heartbreak that I suffered at the hands of Cairo last year when I was here. And if anyone has watched the video, it doesn't, whether they did or not, it doesn't really matter. I'm doing this for therapy. I was advised to do it. Whether anyone watches it doesn't matter. But what I did explain was this heartbreaking experience I had in Cairo, where I was confronted with a violent reality that I just didn't. That despite the fact of my knowledge that history moves forward with violent events, I could not have been prepared for it, and I was shocked, and I ended up in tears in my hotel room, in my privileged hotel room, after experiencing heartbreaking horrors of everyday life unfamiliar to me. But I'm grateful to it, because by being confronted with it, I was confronted with history itself. Obviously, it's great to be talking about history while I'm in Cairo, because it's one of the most historical places one can ever hope to go to. When we're kids, when we start learning about history, the ancient Egyptians are among the first ancient civilizations that we start to learn about. So I'm very privileged to be here to begin with. And I shouldn't have been surprised at all that it was a violent event that I was confronted with, that ended up shocking me, and that I was confronted with while I was in Cairo. Because essentially I've always believed that history moved forward via violence. It is violence that helps us evolve. Violence and sexuality. Sex and violence are very much the same term, the one and the same term. Sex is a very violent and absurd act. It tends to be romanticized, but whenever sex is romanticized, I really disagree with those theories. Think about when we learn about history, it's taught to us with wars signifying markers by which countries were born and people evolved and civilizations were torn down. And then art itself. Art either rises in opposition to violent events or glorifies them. So art also depends upon violence. Even when it's individualized, I fail to read any work of art without thinking about the ebullient sexuality that lies underneath it. And that was the driving force for its creation. What violent event happened to you today? Waking up is a violent event. I wish I could sleep.